Video games are gateways to other worlds, to experiences we could never have otherwise. Some may call this escapism, an escape from the outside world. In moderation, a break from the noisy world can be beneficial to our mental health. However, if you shut yourself away for too long and wish to never return to the real world, it can lead to real issues. The obvious being your physical health declining from lack of physical exercise, eating, and personal hygiene. Someone I knew who sought video games as a means of escapism faced real-world consequences for their actions. While they lost weight over time, their mindset didn't change. They refused help as a disabled individual, they faced ridicule at their jobs, and they failed to understand real-world problems. They were so adamant about not wanting the real world to be reflected in video games, and that's come back to bite. All forms of art will have some reflections of the real world, and to take that away is to drain color of a painting. Representation is important in video games, every bit as much as it is to incorporate meaningful messages to the players. I could pick up a game with good gameplay, but if that's all there is, it fades away from my memory. Even if the game had lackluster design, if it had something meaningful behind it, it sticks with me either for the season or forever. Of course, all aspects of game design are important, otherwise we wouldn't rant about it on social media. We push demands, reasonable or not, onto developers, forgetting they are human too. They have their own vision and want to create something they can truly call their own, even if it means receiving backlash from their audience. All creators face this conflict in one way or another. It's like the red pill or blue pill scenario from The Matrix. Do you choose to obey your audience and give them what they want while you lose your true vision? Or do you choose to pursue your vision regardless of feedback? It can be possible to pick both, but more often than not, it's one or the other. There's hardly room for compromise. The games that stick with me the most are the ones that resonate something within my soul. Sonic the Hedgehog has always been that one video game franchise that strikes a loud chord within me. It's his free spirit, his drive to end oppression, his will to always keep on running no matter what, and his passion for freedom. The first Sonic game, if you look into it, contains a deep environmental message. You go through the lush green hills, to the dangerous ruins of Marble Zone, to the wacky Spring Yard Zone, to the underwater Labyrinth Zone, and to the metallic, Starlight, and Scrap Brain zones. Sonic wants to set the animals free and rid South Island of Robotnik, who seeks world domination via the Chaos Emeralds. Another game that had environmental messaging back in the 90s was Awesome Possum Kicks Dr. Machino's Butt. It was more in your face with its storytelling. It was criticized back in the 90s for its graphics, sound design, and gameplay in various magazines. In 2006, Hardcore Gamer criticized it for all those things and its preachy premise. I say all this to say, you can incorporate an important message in your game, but if it's done in a manner of force, people will become enraged. The delivery of the message to protect the environment was done better by Sonic than Awesome Possum. Even if gamers didn't get that the first time, they will now. When I first played Celeste, I had no idea it was about a trans character. The mountain is a common metaphor for a big life obstacle or challenge. Madeline knew she wanted to climb the mountain, even though she was scared. Her shadow kept insisting she would fail, and that'd be a waste of time. This was her repressed self-talking, a part of her she didn't want to accept. She thought she could escape it by running away from it, but it only sent her back to the bottom. It was there that she knew she had to accept herself wholly to face the mountain. Madeline transformed into a better person and felt whole for once. At a glance, you wouldn't catch the trans references, but Madeline and Madeline combined make trans collars, and this scene here shows the sky with the trans collars. Need more evidence? The flag at the end of Chapter 9. Also, Maddie Thorson confirmed that Madeline is trans. While it wasn't obvious to her, she later discovered it herself that she too was trans during the Farewell DLC's development. Her soul reflected this notion right in front of her from the beginning, but much like Madeline, who refused to accept her shadow, Maddie, in some way, didn't accept this part of herself until the realization. In a world that's hostile to trans people, It's scary to conclude that they are who they are, but I want the dolls to know that they are loved, cherished, and safe here. Trans rights are human rights. That should not be controversial. I agree that the way certain people are represented can be off-putting, especially if they are only painted in a negative light and encourage discrimination. The key is to expose players to real types of people, as well as let them feel seen. These game companies aren't losing money solely on representing minorities. There are several factors involved, including half-hearted game development, insincere storytelling, and poor marketing. To pin the blame on one issue is to declare your ignorance and closed-mindedness. Video games are a form of art, and art has always been a means of self-expression. I'd rather someone develop a video game than commit crimes due to overwhelming emotions. Gayblade is an LGBT-themed RPG, developed by Ryan Best. He took his anger towards the homophobia displayed during the AIDS epidemic and directed it towards this game. The player is tasked to save Empress Nelda, an obvious parody of Zelda, and return her to Castle Gatekeep. As in, like, gatekeep. Get it?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Anyway, enemies include televangelists and politicians who openly displayed homophobic tendencies. The final boss is Pat Butchin. This guy, a politician commentator who said that the AIDS epidemic was nature exacting an awful retribution on gay men. Instead of plotting an assassination on the homophobic people, Ryan developed a video game to express his anger. I think we can learn from him. Create art instead of violence. In this life, balance is key. One cannot exist without the other. Video games are for both escapism and representation. They're also for connection. I've made friends through video games, and most of my fond memories are from playing them. Ever since the 80s, video games have always been diverse in some way. It's just now we're seeing more and better representation for all kinds of people. They've always existed, we're just becoming more aware of them, and I'm glad. I feel seen as neurodivergence is being portrayed properly to kids who will grow up accepting that as normal. Same with LGBT peeps. We can't control whether or not we're queer and or neurodivergent, but we can control how we respond to them. Choose to respond with love and acceptance, rather than with hate and discrimination. The more we choose to be compassionate, the less havoc we'll see in this world. Keep playing, gamers.